reverted the scene back to how it was at the beginning of the previous video. And what we'll do now is, instead of baking all these objects together, we will bake them individually and see how that is done. To do that, I'm going to start with the spines. So within the poly objects, I'm going to turn off the teeth and the body. And in the sculpt tree here, I'm going to turn off the teeth and the body. So now I'm left with the sculpt object and the low poly object. Now it is worth pointing out here that inside the sculpt workspace, which is this tab over here, if I click on that, you can see only the sculpt object in here with a preview of the modeling workspace, this very light wireframe that you can see on here. And that is only there because I have conform retopo mesh selected here. If I turn that off, you can see that that wireframe disappears. So this option, conform retopo mesh, is just giving me a preview of what's in the modeling room. If I go back over to the modeling room and then let's say I turn off the spines, you can see now I'm previewing what's in the sculpt room. So these two menus here, this one and this one, allow us to see what's in the other rooms whilst being in one particular room. So in this case, most of my work for the baking process is being carried out in the modeling workspace. So by having the sculpt tree here visible, I'm able to see what's in the sculpt tree in terms of layers within the modeling workspace. And it's an important concept to understand, particularly when baking. And it's really useful to have these just so we can keep tabs on what's going on within our project. So with that being said, with our sculpt object highlighted here, and let's turn back on our spines. We have our UVs already set. If I go to the little drop down here and choose spines, there we can see our UVs. This has become highlighted now to show those UVs. All I have to do now is to go into the same options, bake. I can say bake with normal correspondence, say bake with a normal map. Let's load in that same cage again. And for this, I may just tweak this a little bit. I can tweak, I don't need to keep this as it was. As you can see here, I've got the inner shell previewed, so I'll just tweak that one. I'll go to the outer shell, and if I zoom in, maybe just in, I can move this one down. Doesn't need to be quite as much as the body shells because these are quite accurate in terms of the sculpt mesh and the low poly mesh. So with that done, let's say okay. This will be a little bit faster than previously because it's not dealing with the body and the teeth at the same time. So now you can see here, it's only giving me the spines option. And if you remember in the previous video, because we had all of these selected, it gave me 3 UV sets to work with. So again, I'm just going to say I'll have a 1K map for the spines. That name is okay. Let's say okay. And now jump over to the paint room. Let's turn off our sculpt. And then we can see just the spines have been baked. You can see here that I've got some baking errors. Probably this is due to the mesh just penetrating because I didn't really check it when I baked. With this all set, let's just leave this as it is. You can see now that I've got Dino Spines UV with this color information, the same white color information from the shader. Let's go back into the modeling room now and layer this up a little bit more. So let's turn this one off, turn the teeth on, turn the sculpt off, and turn the sculpt teeth on. Now, again, don't forget what we've got here is this is a baked object here. You saw me turning these off, yet still the spines remain. What we're seeing here is the result of the bake in the paint room that's being previewed now in the modeling room. And I don't really want this extra information in here, even though it's not going to interfere with my bake. What I can do here is I can go over to my windows here, and let's go to an option, painting objects. So we can see here painting objects. Now painting objects means that these are the layers that have been essentially sent as a bake over to the paint room, and these are the layers that are shown in the same way that these are the layers shown in the sculpt room and these are the layers shown in the modeling room. And we can see across these rooms the different objects. So if I turn this one off now, you'll see that the information inside the paint room, the bake that we've just done, has now disappeared, in that we are not previewing that inside the modeling workspace. And likewise, if we go over to the sculpt room, it will not be visible in there either. So now what we are looking at here, just to be clear, is just the model, the polygroups model that we created, and the sculpt tree model. And I'm hiding the bake result that we did on the spines. Okay, let's do the same process again now. I have my teeth selected, model, and I have my teeth sculpt. Let's go back, bake, correspondence names, and with a normal map. Let's check this. So preview the inner side. We can check this to make sure that we're not seeing any of that at all. Then preview the outer shell. It's a little bit too much there. We can bring that down. Something like that will do. And we can say, okay, now it gives me a single UV set of dino teeth. We set this one to a 1K map. Let's do the same again and hit OK. Now that's done. We'll go over to the paint room. Let's turn off our sculpt tree. We don't want to preview that. We only want to see the bake result of the teeth that we created. Check our wireframe. That's all looking good. And we can see now that here we've got our spines layer from the previous bake. And now we've got this teeth UV as well. Now, another thing that you may find confusing here is that why is the spines showing as a color on here and the teeth that we're looking at not showing any color? The reason for this is because of the UV map that we have selected. I'll go to textures and I'll choose the texture editor. Let's bring this back up here, and you can see that currently the UV that I have selected here is the spines, which is why the color information is showing here on the spines layer. Let's swap that over. We've only got two bakes so far, the spines and the teeth. Let's swap it over to teeth and watch what happens here in this layer. Now that information is swapped over. It's now showing, based on the texture editor preview here, the teeth color layer and the teeth normal map. Let's swap it over again back to the spines. Now it's updated the spines layer with the color information, which is just white at the moment, and it's also updated the normal map. We'll add a third UV set, which will be the body bake as well. So let's jump back over to the modeling workspace. First of all, we need to close the painting objects here. Can you see that it's highlighted? Let's just hide those, and let's turn off our sculpt teeth and turn off our poly models teeth as well. Turn on the body and turn on the sculpt body. And let's repeat the process now. Bake, make sure we've got this name correspondence for baking checked. Choose bake with a normal map. Let's choose our cage. Let's check our shells. And I think we need to just change a couple of these here. So for example, here we may want to just increase the size here, because you see we got that little bit of poke through on there. Let's do a check around. Down there we can see another one. So I'm just changing that cage locally where we have that little bit of poke through. And with that done, I'm just going to say OK. So now we have this option. So I'm going to use the Dino 4K, and I'm going to change the resolution of this particular one to 4K and say OK. And it's now done. And there's a way, if you notice, I'm still in the modeling room here, and you can see in the painting objects panel down here that I have a new object added. So let's jump over to the painting workspace here just to see that. Let's turn off our sculpt tree menu. We don't want to see our sculpt, but what we do want to see is the low poly bake that we've created here. So again, let's go back now, and you can see I've got the dino splines, the dino teeth, and now I've got this new layer here called sub D. It's given it this name, and we know what that is now. Let's double check. Let's go over to textures, UV editor. Let's bring our UV editing window back again, we've currently got dino spines selected in the UV set, and as we already know, that means that we have now activated the layering system for this particular UV set. So let's change the UV set. Click on there, choose Dino 4K. Let's zoom out a bit because this one's a bit bigger. And you can see that when I changed the UV set over, now my layers panel is specific to this UV set, Dino 4K. Let's change the other option here to normals. We can see that normal information on there that has been baked from the sculpt, and we can see our normal map up here. I'm just going to drop this down here. Let's expand it up a little bit, and just keep your eye down here, and let's change our brush over. So I'm in this painting workspace. I'm going to choose a brush with an alpha on here, and very quickly I'm just going to increase the brush size. Let's choose a nice soft brush here like this, and keep your eye in this vicinity down here as I paint on here, and we can see that we've painted into this space. Now I can also paint in this space as well, a little bit like Photoshop. So I can use this texture editor, make it a lot larger, and start to paint. So for example, let's take it from here and let's dock it to the side here, and we'll move this along. Here's our UV space. We can see because we've got this yellow box around it. And now if I zoom in, let's move over to this side because it's visible and start to paint this island here. We can see that I'm painting all around on that UV island. And this, as I said before, becomes a little bit like Photoshop. You can see on this layer that my colorization of this layer is showing a little preview in here. It's worth just changing the name of this one just so it makes sense. So let's just call it Dino, and I think we called it LP body in the other rooms. So let's keep the naming convention the same. So here we can see we can just paint on any of the islands like so. So in this video we've looked at separating our bakes into individual bakes and building those baked items within the paint workspace ready for texturing. In the next video we'll look at some specific maps that we can bake in order to help us with the painting process. See you next time.